Malachite was the biggest troll I'd ever seen. Actually, Malachite was the biggest living thing I'd ever seen, and possibly the dumbest, too. For some reason, there was a grappling iron on the floor near Malachite. I couldn't have been more interested in it, even if it had plot device written across it in large letters. I don't know why I thought stealing the grapple would be easier than talking to Malachite. It wasn't. You're a tough troll to find, Malachite. You could say something. Okay, so I'll do the talking. So how you been keeping, Malachite? Okay, I guess you don't want to talk about that. This where you're staying at the moment? I guess you're not going to talk about that either. Heard any good jokes recently? How many trolls does it take to change a lamp wick? Want me to give you a clue? Do you know anything about a man named Mundy? Malachite was as talkative as a corpse, and only slightly more attractive. Do you know anything about the Milka? Malachite, he wasn't what you'd call the prince of repartee. What do you know about a woman named Carlotta? Malachite was as... Has there been a dwarf around asking questions? Malachite listened to what I said, but said nothing. He wasn't what you... There didn't seem much point in asking Malachite about himself. He wasn't likely to say anything useful. Frankly, he wasn't likely to say anything. It was looking like the only way to get through to this guy was with a chisel. It'd be really useful if you could tell me something about Thurma that I could use to find her.
Thurma. Find Thurma.
Yes, I know that part, but I need some leads if I'm going to find her.
Find Thurma.
Malachite wasn't being very helpful, but he was tall and threatening, so I guess everyone has something going for them. Do you know a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two-Conkers? Malachite was a... Do you know anything about the recent murders in Ankh-Morpork? Malachite listened to what I said. He was... I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think Thurma might be dead. Her house collapsed. She's been gone a while. Are you going to say something?
Need to see the body.
The body?
Find Thurma. Need to see body.
Okay, the body. No problem. Sheesh. Can you read this?
Don't know nothing about that.
Does this mean anything to you? Malachite, he wasn't what... Tempting as it was, I decided... Always a pleasure talking at you, Malachite. Hello again. Hello. Have you ever heard of a troll by the name of Madame Lodestone? Madame Lodestone? Oh, there's a name I've not heard in quite a while. You know her, then? Well, no, but I've heard of her. She died in some sort of construction mishap. A mishap, Nobby. Whatever. Anyway, if memory serves, they put her body in the Selachi Mausoleum. Don't know how she ended up in such an exclusive establishment, but that's how I heard it. That doesn't sound very likely. You did ask. Have you heard of a singer called Thurma? Never heard of her. I don't suppose you know a troll named Malachite. Not Mount Malachite. Describe him. Big, tall, stupid, not very talkative. That's the one. He went down for theft years ago. I seem to remember he had an accomplice. An accomplice? Yeah.
He denied it, but we all thought he was working with someone.
I don't reckon he was the brains of the outfit. What happened?
He escaped. Not that long ago either. As far as I know, he's on the lam. Why? You've seen him?
No, just interested. It didn't seem worth asking about that. Any word on these murders?
Nothing yet. But our top investigator...
Not yet. No, just... Catch you later, Nobby. Like measles, maybe. Or athlete's foot. The Selachi family mausoleum was one of the most beautiful buildings I'd ever seen, nestled in an upmarket part of the city of Ankh. It was unguarded because, quite frankly, no one in their right mind would do anything to offend the Selachi family, given their ties to the Assassin's Guild. It wasn't just something that wasn't done, it was also something that wasn't survived. I tried to find Thurma's grave, but it was a waste of time. You'd need to be an expert in heraldry or genealogy to even begin to navigate around it. I'll say this for the nobility, they keep their dead well indexed. On an ordinary night, I'd sit around waiting for business. But this night, business was coming to me, and bringing trouble with it. Business, I didn't mind, but trouble was an unwelcome guest. And like all unwelcome guests, it was hard to ask it to leave. And by the third day, it was generally wearing your shirts and leaving its stuff in your bathroom.
Hello, Mr. Luton. I've been expecting you.
I should hope so. This is my office. How'd you get in?
Through the door. It was only locked. I know all about doors.
Good. Use this one to get out.
I have a message for you, Mr. Luton.
I don't take messages from strangers.
Then let me introduce myself. My name is Mr. Al-Khali.
I don't take messages from dwarves named after cities.
My name isn't important.
You seem to think it was.
I've come to warn you to stay clear of the Mundy case.
I'll bear that in mind. Now get out.
If you don't stay clear of the Mundy case, something untoward may happen to you.
This is Ankh-Morpork. Something untoward may happen to me whether I investigate this case or not. Now either you get out or I'll throw you out.
Don't say I didn't warn you, Mr. Luton.
Don't say I didn't ignore you, Mr. Al-Khali. A dwarf named after the Klatchian city of Al-Khali. And a threat. This case was getting more interesting by the minute. All we needed was a troll and a member of the undead, and we could open an ethnic comedy on Broadway. The note had been pushed under my door by Carlotta.
Luton, I am anxious to see you again and to find out how the case is going. Come to the von Uberwald mansion on Moon Pond Lane. Carlotta von Uberwald.
So, Carlotta was a member of the von Uberwalds, one of the richest and most reclusive families in Ankh-Morpork. That explained why she could afford to offer to pay me so much. It didn't explain why she hadn't got around to paying me yet. But I could wait, at least until the rent was due. I already had a bad feeling about the Mundy case, but learning that my employer was a von Uberwald didn't fill me with confidence. I didn't know the facts about the von Uberwalds, but the rumors were bad enough.
May I help you, sir?
You could let me in for a start.
Very good, sir.
And don't call me sir.
As you wish, sir. May I take your coat and hat, sir?
Thanks, but no. I feel naked without them.
That must make it difficult to clean them.
Was that a joke?
I never joke, sir. It's not my job. I may lie, dissemble, or deceive, but I never joke.
Look, I don't want you to take my coat, okay?
But of course, sir. Sir is welcome to drip all over the immaculate hardwood floor that I spent several hours polishing this morning, because Sir is a guest, and Sir is entitled to do whatever Sir wishes.
Nice house.
Sir's taste in architecture must be quite exquisite, to so accurately summarize the many splendid cornices and archaic stained-glass frescoes of this splendid Lorenzian building as nice.
You have a gift for making people feel welcome, don't you?
One is blessed.
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Khali?
Regrettably, sir, I know nothing about that person.
Do you know anything about a man named Mundy?
Regrettably, sir.
Do you know anything about the Milka?
I'm sorry. I cannot assist, sir, in that matter.
So what do you make of Carlotta, then?
Sir?
Carlotta. Carlotta von Uberwald. She does live here, doesn't she?
Indeed, sir. Sir is as dogged in his pursuit of the truth as he is determined to warp the incalculably valuable hardwood floor by his persistent dripping.
You're not going to give up on this hardwood floor thing, are you?
As ever, Sir is both astute and incredibly stubborn.
What about Carlotta?
She is also quite astute and most definitely stubborn.
What do you think about her, then?
I am not paid to form opinions, sir, merely to perform menial actions such as guarding the hardwood floor, a task I am, alas, failing in at the current time.
Will you shut up about the hardwood floor?
As Sir wishes. I will no longer mention how Sir is irrevocably damaging timber felled by the hand of the 77th Earl of Ankh. Boards that have lain here for longer than Sir has been alive, and that were first laid before Sir's father was even a glint in the eye of his grandfather, whomsoever that may have been.
Has there been a dwarf around asking questions?
Why Sir insists on believing that I know everything that goes on in this house is beyond my comprehension.
Do you know a troll by the name of Malachite?
Regrettably.
Do you know anyone named Thurma?
Do
you know a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two-Conkers?
I'm sorry.
Do you know anything about the recent murders in Ankh-Morpork?
I don't know anything about any murders, sir.
Have you heard of a singer named Madame Lodestone?
Regrettably.
You wouldn't happen to know your way around the Selachi family mausoleum by any chance?
Sir has many questions, but alas, I have few answers.
Can you read this?
Sir has many.
Does this mean anything to you?
Sir has many questions.
I have an invitation from Carlotta.
Ah, Sir is as quick to reach the point of Sir's visit as a tortoise with a war wound is in crossing a very large desert. I will fetch Mistress Carlotta for Sir, provided Sir would be so kind as to wait here and not to touch the valuable and irreplaceable furniture that adorns the room Sir is currently dripping on.
I'll see what I can do.